welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're not exactly easing you in. We're jumping straight into Dante Alighieri's Inferno, specifically Canto 3.
We're going right to the threshold, the front door of hell.
And the thing you feel immediately is this sense of dread. It's manufactured by what you see, of course, but also what you hear.
Yes, Dante is a master of sound design, He describes this repetition, this echo. Dolente dot du dolor, it's like a funeral bell that just will not stop tolling.
It's that instant sonic confirmation you're lost. Before you can even process that, you have to read the sign over the door.
Written in what Dante calls a somber color. And the words themselves, they are just a masterclass in despair.
Right. It starts, through me the way is to the city dolent. Through me the way is to eternal dole.
Through me the way among the people lost.
And then, of course, the big one. The line everyone knows. All hope abandon, ye who enter in.
But here's the thing we really need to get into. The shock isn't just the warning. It's the signature on the work.
Exactly. Who built this place? The inscription is very clear. It wasn't built out of rage.
Not at all. It says justice incited the creator, and that this whole structure was made by three very specific divine qualities.
Omnipotence, the highest wisdom, and, this is the one that always gets me, the primal love.
Primal love, that's the key. Hell is not a mistake. It's not a flaw in the system. It's presented as an ordered, necessary act of divine creation.
So that's our mission for this deep dive, to get under the skin of what that means, to figure out why Virgil tells Dante he has to abandon all cowardice here and what it truly means to be one of the souls who have foregone the good of intellect.
We have to start there with that phrase, because the people here, they aren't just in pain. They are dolorous because they've actively lost something.
They've lost the good of the intellect. That sounds, very philosophical. What does it actually mean in this context?
Well, it's the knowledge of God, the ultimate truth. Our annotations point us straight to the source code for this idea, to Aristotle. For Aristotle, the good of the intellect is the highest beatitude. It's the peak of what a human can achieve spiritually. Dante himself says in the Convito, the true is the good of the intellect.
So, to forgo that,
Yeah.
it's like willingly turning your back on the entire point of your existence as a thinking, rational being.
It's a total rejection of your highest potential, and the punishment has to fit that crime.
And this is where it gets really harsh, right? The theology behind it.
Oh, yeah. This is where St. Augustine comes in, and his logic is just.
Yeah.
It's cold and perfect. He says if you have the freedom and the knowledge to do what's right, and you choose not to,
You just don't use it.
then the most just punishment is that you lose that freedom. You lose the ability to choose forever.
So the capacity is just withdrawn. If you wouldn't act righteously when you could, you lose the power to do it, even if you suddenly want to.
Exactly. The penalty isn't just pain, it's the eternal inability to even seek truth. It's the ultimate confirmation of your own apathy.
That is a heavy, heavy concept. And we go from that abstract philosophical weight, to the immediate physical reality just inside the gate, the vestibule.
Yes. The moment you cross that threshold, philosophy becomes a sensory assault.
It's chaos, pure chaos. The air is black without a star, and you're just hit with this wall of sound, sighs, complaints, and ululations loud.
It's not the organized torment you might expect. It's just a frantic, meaningless mess of noise.
And the sources give us this incredible detail. It's a mix of languages diverse, horrible dialects, accents of anger, words of agony. But then there's this one little detail that's so unsettling.
The sound of hands.
The sound of hands. It's not clapping, it's slapping, flailing. Just the sound of pure, aimless frustration.
A chaos that just whirls on forever, and the soul is making all this noise.
They're the opportunists, the morally neutral, the ones who lived without an infamy or praise.
They never chose a side. They were only ever for themselves. And they're mixed in with that caitiff choir of angels.
Right. Even when Lucifer rebelled, these angels didn't join him, but they also didn't defend God. They just waited to see who would win.
They were for self.
Which leads to this incredible, chilling punishment. The double rejection.
This is maybe the most profound insult in the entire Inferno. They're not wanted in heaven, obviously. The heavens kick them out, not to be less fair.
But they're not wanted in hell either.
No, the nethermore abyss receives them not. Because the truly damned, the ones who actively chose evil, would get glory none from their presence.
Think about that. They are so meaningless that even active evil finds them beneath contempt. They're not worthy of being in hell.
And that's their greatest torment. They have no hope of death. They are so debased that their envious are of every other fate. They look deeper into hell and wish they could have that kind of definite punishment.
Anything other than this, this meaninglessness. And they have no legacy, no fame of them the world permits to be. Both mercy and justice just disdain them.
They're forgotten, and their physical punishment is a perfect metaphor for their lives. This moral instability.
They just run endlessly, chasing a restless flag, a banner that whirls around so fast it seems indignant of ever stopping.
It's the perfect symbol for a mind that never committed to anything.
And while they're running, they're getting stung by gadflies and hornets, so they're forced to act, to react in a way they never did in life.
It's a grotesque parody of action, and the detail that finishes it off, the blood and tears from the stings run down their faces.
And are eaten at their feet by disgusting worms. It's just this filthy, endless, pointless cycle.
And in this huge anonymous crowd, Dante recognizes someone. The shade of him who made through cowardice the great refusal.
This is a direct historical reference, isn't it?
It is. Most scholars agree. This is Pope Celestine V.
Celestine V.
Yeah.
So he was elected pope, this hermit, and he couldn't handle it. The politics, the responsibility.
He was completely overwhelmed, and after only 5 months, he abdicated. He quit the papacy.
The ultimate position of moral authority, and he just walked away from it.
For Dante, that was the ultimate act of cowardice, of self-interest over duty. And so he becomes the poster child for this entire realm of the despised.
So despised that Virgil's final instruction is just brutal.
It is. He just says to Dante, "Let us not speak of them, but look and pass."
They aren't even worth the words. So we move on to the actual border of hell proper, the river Charon.
And out on the water they see him, the first great demon of the Inferno, Charon.
The ferryman. He's described as an old man, hoary with the hair of elves. The sources fill in Virgil's original description. His eyes are flame, his clothes are filthy.
And his first words are just for the damned souls on the bank. "Woe unto you, ye souls depraved, hope nevermore to look upon the heavens."
But then he sees Dante, a living soul, and he tries to turn him away.
Right. He says, "A lighter vessel needs must carry thee." He's mocking him, basically, referencing the boat that takes saved souls to purgatory.
But Virgil just shuts him down. It's this incredible moment of absolute authority.
Cold, complete authority. He just says, "It is so willed there, where is power to do that which is willed, and farther question not."
And Charon, this ancient, terrifying demon,
Yeah.
he just goes quiet.
He has to. It confirms the divine chain of command. Virgil is just a messenger for a power that even Charon can't argue with.
In hearing this, hearing that their fate is divinely willed and irreversible, just breaks the other souls on the bank. They start blaspheming everything, God, their parents, the human race.
The finality of it hits them, and then we get that unforgettable image of them boarding the boat.
The metaphor of the leaves. They fall into the boat one by one.
Like withered leaves fall in the woods with the first cold of autumn.
Ruskin's note on this is so perfect. He said, it captures their utter lightness, feebleness, passiveness. They aren't marching to their doom. They're just falling.
Passive objects, no agency left. And Charon, with the eyes of gleed of embers, just herds them in, hitting anyone who lags behind with his oar.
But here is where Virgil drops the most profound and frankly terrifying psychological bombshell of the entire canto.
This is the part that, it's just mind-bending. He explains that everyone who dies in God's wrath ends up here. But then he says celestial justice spurs them on.
So that their fear is turned into desire.
Desire.
They want to cross the river.
Yeah.
The desire to be taken to their eternal punishment. How is that even possible?
It's an incredible idea that the force of divine justice is so absolute, so compelling, that it completely overwrites their existential fear of pain and replaces it with an eagerness to meet their fate.
So they go from terror to actually wanting it.
They have a desperate urge to fulfill the destiny they chose for themselves. It's a total psychological submission to the cosmic order.
The weight of that realization is just too much for Dante.
Yeah.
The ground shakes. There's a flash of red light.
And he just passes out. He falls as a man whom sleep hath seized. The sheer force of this truth just overloads his mortal senses.
So let's bring this all together for you. The big takeaway here is that Dante's justice isn't just about punishment. It's about the systematic removal of everything you failed to value. Hope, choice, intellectual good.
And that the worst crime, the one that gets you rejected by heaven and hell, is simply doing nothing. The crime of moral inaction.
Which leaves us with that final, unsettling thought.
Right. If hell was founded by primal love, and its justice is so perfect that the souls actually desire their own damnation, then what does that say about the nature of that love?
What kind of incredible, overwhelming force does it take to turn the instinct for survival into a craving for eternal pain?
Think about the moral weight of not just being rejected by heaven, but of being found unworthy by the damned themselves.
Look and pass. We'll leave you with that for this deep dive.